Sunrise on yet another beautiful day on Kauai, a gem of an island with so much inherent natural beauty that it is known throughout the Pacific as the Garden Island. It is here in this playground in paradise that the old and the new come together in a celebration of life, a celebration exemplified by crystal clear waves that invite the fortunate few in the inner chambers framed with mountain backdrops of breathtaking beauty, where ageless customs are still an integral part of daily life, and where the warm tropical waters still provide a sanctuary for wildlife species so unique that they border on extinction. It's a place where those who seek out the best life has to offer come to play, to relax, and to enjoy. It's a place where waterfalls, too numerous to count, cascade hundreds of feet into lush tropical valleys, where birds and fauna unknown anywhere else in the world nestle in the shelter of an exotic swampland fed by waters from the wettest spot on Earth. This is the place that is home to a natural phenomena so spectacular that Mark Twain dubbed it the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. Thrust up out of the ocean over 4 million years ago, Waimea Canyon is for many the greatest spectacle on Earth, until they visit Napali, the crowning jewel of an island filled to overflowing with incomparable natural wonders. Over 14 miles of cliffs stretching as high as 4,000 feet, hanging valleys, and countless waterfalls that decorate the cliff faces with spiderwebs of liquid beauty. One of the best ways to see Napali is from the ocean, and for almost 2 decades, Captain Zodiac has been providing tours down this coast that are most often described as the experience of a lifetime. The tours begin where the road ends and Napali begins. They pioneered the use of specially adapted Zodiac inflatables that have proved themselves to be ideal for providing the most intimate experience possible while emphasizing safety and enjoyment. With offices on Kauai, Maui, and the Big Island, Captain Zodiac offers a variety of tours ranging from 5-hour coastal trips to shorter 3-hour visits. Over the years, they've also provided countless voluntary rescues, and there's many a stranded boater or injured hiker or swimmer in trouble who owe them a large vote of thanks. In all of their tours, the well-versed captain and crew provide a descriptive insight into the past history of Napali, as well as stopping frequently to share some of the more prominent features of the cliffs. The tour begins on Kauai's pristine North Shore. After all the passengers are comfortably on board, the first order of business is a comprehensive safety briefing. Captain Zodiac is proud of their outstanding safety record, and they spare no expense to ensure it continues. The Zodiac boats provide an intimacy with the ocean that cannot be duplicated with conventional solid hull craft, and the sensation of riding swells down this magnificent coastline is long remembered by all. The passengers find themselves transfixed by the beauty of Mount Makana, made famous as Bali High Island in the classic movie South Pacific.
Okay, gang, here we are at Hanakapiai Valley, 2 miles in on your hiking trail. Easy day hike. Another 2 miles back into the valley, you can see Hanakapiai Falls, which falls about 400 feet into a beautiful swimming hole. Also, to spend some time on the beach is a nice way to go. Not too many people down here. As with most things in Hawaii, the harder to get to, the nicer the spot.
Shortly after passing Hanakapiai, the boats edge in close to the remnants of an extinct crater over 800 feet high. An old Hawaiian hiking trail winds its way precariously along its rim, and legend tells us that guards were posted here to prevent unwanted visitors from passing. Those who insisted were simply tossed over the edge. Around the corner, Mother Nature provides another treat in the form of a freshwater shower that has its origins on the flanks of Mount Waialeale in the center of the island.
This is the second largest sea cave in the world. We call it Pirate's Cave. The Hawaiian name is Vai Vai Puhi, which translates into spitting eel.
No sooner is one thrilling experience ended than another begins. By capitalizing on their years of experience and intimate knowledge of the whole Nepali coast, Captain Zodiac's helmsmen are able to maneuver their boats right into the bowels of the cliffs, where larger, less maneuverable boats can't follow. It's moments such as these that keep people coming back year after year for more of the same. On any given day, people from every corner of the globe are part of Captain Zodiac's passenger roll. Oftentimes, it's the start of lifelong friendships that become a part of an annual pilgrimage to these warm Pacific waters. The Pali is one of the fastest eroding coastlines in the world, and natural forces are constantly hard at work sculpting new and amazing works of art. Hawaii is host to a wide array of sea life, and on many coastal trips, acrobatic spinner dolphins make their presence felt. They're known as one of Mother Nature's most consummate performers. Catch them in the right mood, and they'll put on a truly spectacular show. The boat captains are very respectful of the animals' right to privacy, and the interaction with the boats is always conducted on the animals' terms. In the summer months, some of Captain Zodiac's passengers will choose to be dropped off at one of the most serene beaches in the world, Kalalau. The midway point for most tours is Kalalau Beach, the largest of Nepal's beaches and inhabited by Hawaiians as recently as 1935. The beach is accessible only by boat or by hiking a rigorous 11-mile trail. Some passengers will opt to be dropped off here to spend a few days camping and exploring before hiking out. It's one of those unique places where time stands still, and for many of its visitors, it's an ideal place to spend some quiet time enjoying its cathedral-like setting. Both the beach and the valley beyond are a state park, and camping permits must be obtained before landings are allowed. A 2.5-mile hike into the valley winds its way past areas of old Hawaiian terraces, which were laboriously built by hand to provide an irrigation system for their staple food crop, taro. A delightful end to the trail comes in the form of a series of ponds that provide the weary hiker with a perfect opportunity for a refreshing plunge. There's an almost surreal sense of wonder that affects everyone, and considering the backdrop, that should come as no surprise. Many will choose to spend their time simply relaxing on the beach, admiring views that stretch all the way from the start of the Pali at Haena to Nuololo in the west. The beauty is as timeless as the shifting sands of the wind-blown dunes, and to experience the sunset here puts one among the chosen few.
For the hikers, Kalalau is their final destination. Beyond this point, the coastline becomes even more inaccessible. You either have to swim or jump on a boat.
Your Nepali tour continues as the view of razor-edged valleys rising out of the ocean continues to amaze both the initiated and the old-timers. Just around the corner from Kalalau is Honopu Beach, made famous as the site of the 1976 remake of King Kong. It was here, too, that, rumor has it, a stunt pilot flew his helicopter through the arch at high speed, an almost impossible feat of daring do. As the boat heads back out to sea, it's important to keep all eyes ahead for the telltale spouts of the migrating humpback whales who winter in our Hawaiian waters. Once again, the captain is a wonderful source of information.
In fact, they actually have battles out here which are known as heat runs, which would be great if we could get in one today. If you get in the middle of a heat run, what you got is 2 or 3 males fighting over the female. And they'll actually come out of the water, landing on top of each other. They'll go like 2 trains head on and hit each other. They'll put their heads down in the water and slap the water with their tail as a warning to the other guy, and the other guy will mimic it, and they'll do that back and forth. It's really exciting when it heats up like that. That's all a mating ritual to win the female. One may have gone that you saw. Oh, this is heating up now. Hey, there's another head lunge. There, now, there's his whole body. Look at the white. Oh! This is a heat run, you guys. The sound on the humpback whales, it used to be very mysterious, you know, because the whales don't have any vocal cords. And without vocal cords, the scientists didn't even know how they produced this sound. Now what the scientists believe is that they make this sound by rubbing bones together. And that rubbing of the bones actually forces different amounts of air out, which creates this sound. And this sound, they believe, can be detected many, many miles away.
On several of the tours, the boats are outfitted with hydrophones, enabling passengers to enjoy the unique experience of listening to the haunting sounds of whale songs. It is here that they come to breed and give birth, having traveled all the way from the chilly waters of Alaska. Weighing up to 2,000 pounds at birth, the whale calf will gain as much as 250 pounds a day and spends its days happily swimming in the protective path of its gargantuan mother. During whale season, the best way to fully appreciate the real magnitude and power of these enormous mammals is to see one break the surface in what is known as a breach. It's an awesome spectacle, and every year, Captain Zodiac provides the opportunity for people to witness it up close and personal. Natural phenomena abound all along the Pali, and this submerged crater, accessed by a tunnel through one of its walls, is no exception. Known affectionately as Queen's Bath, it's an almost surrealistic environment. The rock island in the middle of the pond was originally a part of the cliff top, confirming the ever-changing nature of the coastline. The outward leg of the tour continues, with the captain pointing out the hanging valleys of Ava'avapuhi and Nuololo Aina before going ashore for lunch at Nuololo Kai. This perfectly protected valley was home to a Hawaiian fishing village who valued the protection afforded by its high cliff walls and the rich sea life of its protected lagoon. After lunch, a walk through its interior leads past the remnants of this settlement and to a fishing heiau built adjacent to a small spring that remains the only source of fresh water in the valley. In days gone by, there was a great deal of interdependency between this coastal valley and the people of Nuololo Aina, the adjacent valley suspended high above them. Until recently, the remains of the rope ladder Hawaiians used to commute from one to another still could be seen hanging from the cliff face, a startling reminder of how tough life actually was. Not surprisingly, the snorkeling in the lagoon and across the adjacent reef is some of the best in Hawaiian waters. And whether passengers choose to spend their time diving or simply reflecting on the history of their surrounds, it's yet another memorable experience. All those who have had the good fortune to experience the grandeur of Nepali agree that words alone cannot describe the emotions and depth of the feeling that they inspire. Perhaps they are best summed up in the words of John Masefield, who said, "I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover, and quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trip's over.